Hey everyone, it's Josh for Show&Tour. I just want to take some time today to show you what you can do with Show&Tour's quick settings for different parameters on iGUIDEs and Matterport tours. So we've gone in and checked out all the different URL parameters, embed code parameters that you can adjust or that you can add to your iGUIDE or to your Matterport, and then we made it super easy to just click a button and apply that setting. Let me explain further. So on this example project inside Show&Tour, I've added an iGUIDE in Matterport virtual tour. When you first start, you just enter the link on this first tab of an external media section, and then under this middle tab, the settings, is where you can really adjust all these parameters, and that's going to be found under the advanced settings tab here. So as you can see, so these are all parameters that iGUIDE allows you to add to the end of a link or to within an iframe of an embed code. And we've made it to where you can just click a button to apply that change. So it makes it super easy. This gives you flexibility on how you display your iGUIDE on a Show&Tour property website, or how you display it when you deliver it to your client, whatever the case may be. And so in addition to those things, we allow you to apply, if I turn off this auto load feature, a whole separate splash screen. So you could add, like the address here, some action text, play 3D tour, whatever it might be. So you have some customization. You can show your branding at the bottom or not. For this example, I have it on auto load, then it jumps straight into the iGUIDE. So we have the splash screen for Show&Tour, and then we have all the iGUIDE settings. iGUIDE also kind of has its own splash screen, and we currently have it turned on to automatically start. So if I didn't have that setting turned on, you would see this splash screen when it loads, and then the user would have to click it to jump in. But we have it to where it just auto loads, and then look at all these other settings. You can hide these individual tabs up top. Now this example doesn't have all these options. It doesn't have photos and video. You can just hide the entire menu. Just click that check mark, and as you can see, that entire menu up top is now gone. Minimize floor plan, that's already applied here by default, so don't need to add that. That won't do anything. And so on. So these are just super helpful tools. So the reason why you might want to use some of these, let's say you have this iGUIDE on a property website. This menu maybe doesn't make as much sense to have on the property website, because the property website is going to have all these other details, a map section. You can add these details on the property website in a different way. So you might want the iGUIDE to just be really clean when you have it on a property website, and that's just a cool option for you. Let's jump into a Matterport now. You'll see it's the same kind of functionality. This one's not on autoplay, and then I've got the header and action text. So here under the advanced settings, you can see the options for Matterport. We've got quick start. You can turn off the presented by branding. That's within Matterport. And then we have branding on the outside, which is the Show&Tour splash screen. So just keep in mind those different layers there. You can turn off the dollhouse, the guided tour buttons, the highlight reel. So just some quick, easy adjustments if you happen to need those things. Another thing to mention here are the SEO title and SEO description. That comes in handy when you're sharing this virtual tour on Facebook. And so these SEO title, SEO description, that's only going to come into play if you're using a custom Show&Tour link. Let me kind of explain there. So you have the option with Show&Tour to place this Matterport tour or iGUIDE tour or any virtual tour for that matter under your own custom domain name. By default, it's going to, instead of showing the my.matterport link, it's going to show the show.tours link. But you can add your own to be anything. So for example, my photography business, we have the domain name kc.tours because we're located in Kansas City. And so I can just switch this tour to be a kc.tours link. And then you can add your own custom link of any URL, any custom domain name that you own. You can place this Matterport tour on that domain name. So that's true for, like I said, Matterport, iGUIDE, any virtual tour platform. You can just automatically add it to your own custom domain name with Show&Tour. So if on Show&Tour you are just want to use the standard Matterport link to make it look like the default, you can, and the purpose of that is for when you're delivering the project. So if we go to preview here on the deliverables page, your client can just see that standard Matterport link with how you'd expect it, as opposed to like here's the iGUIDE, and you can adjust these two things to say iGUIDE and Matterport if you wanted to. Just a quick note. So you'll notice that this iGUIDE is actually hosted on the Show.Tours domain name. If I went to that link, that would be this link here as well. You can copy it, go to it, change it to be whatever you want. So that's really it. Just wanted to show you these really cool, quick settings that allow you to have just more flexibility on how you display your virtual tours within Show&Tour, and then how you might display those virtual tours on your clients' websites as well under a custom domain name with these extra settings. You can throw it in a media player on a property website, just lots of different options. So that's a big reason why we created Show&Tour, to give you basically freedom to display and share your content that you created in whatever way you can. So we're big on just giving you freedom to use whatever platform that makes sense for you, combine it with maybe another platform that you like for a different aspect of a virtual tour, or whatever it might be. Just gives you, Show&Tour just gives you more freedom to combine things, edit things, and so on. So that's it, and hope you found that helpful.